It's just, thank God you didn't go into like war. But you went into like the war of feeding people instead of like bombing them. Does that make sense? Everything you said to me sounds like a general working, trying to fight a war, but it's like a good war. You go, I need these people on the ground. I need to set up that kitchen there. I need the helicopters coming in and taking the people who are injured out. I need helicopters bringing in supplies. I need to figure out a way to fix the roads. Let's get the locals involved. Let's move. It's amazing.
Yeah,
but where did you get that from?
But I did service in the military of Spain.
Well, there you go. Maybe this is it.
I served
I think it's your personality.
I was in the Spanish Navy. For me, this was very important in my life.
Yeah.
I was cooking for the admiral, and I told him, "I love to cook for you. It's an honor in his house." But my dream was going on a boat, and not on any boat. I want to go in the Juan Sebastián del Cano, named after the first person that finished the circumnavigation of the Earth after Magellan passed away. Was his second in command. So the boat is a 4-mast tall ship that had 300 crew members and trains the midshipmen of the Spanish Navy. He put me on that boat after my request. First time I left Europe. First time I visited Abidjan, Ivory Coast, and I had Cajenu in the streets of Abidjan. First time I visited Rio de Janeiro, and I remember visiting the favelas and the fascinating world that opened, and my first caipirinha, and visiting Dominican Republic.
That first caipirinha is something.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
That first caipirinha is
changes your life forever.
Let me tell you something. I don't think there's a person on this planet who doesn't remember their first caipirinha. The sugar, the lime, the way it hits. There's something in a caipirinha.
So fresh.
There's something in that drink.
Yeah, you got it. Cachaça.
There's something in a caipirinha.
Cachaça to rule the world, I'm telling you. So, Dominican Republic, first time I came to America, Pensacola, one of the 5 flags. They celebrate the 5 flags. One of them, the Spanish-American flag. It's like, okay, I belong here. New York, Ellis Island, Lady Liberty, that really marked me.
Right.
But what it really had a big effect on me was this way of, against currents and winds, 300 people working together. You could go through storms. You could get anywhere you wanted if you kind of follow this common goal of working as one.
Wow.
So that my time in the military service in the Spanish Navy was really... in this way, was life-changing in more ways than one. And obviously, my mom was a nurse, my father was a nurse. That I always saw. We saw it during the pandemic, but I grew up in watching all these people that to me were like superheroes, even doing little things, like reading a little book to a child because their family didn't arrive to the hospital and he was alone, and they will go extra duty on things that is not written. This is your job, but they will do it. And I think I grew up in that environment. You know, Clara Barton, the founder of the Missing Soldiers, that she found what happened to over 2,000 soldiers during the Civil War, and then created the American Red Cross. Her house, her apartment, just was found 30 meters across my restaurant in downtown DC. And I got fascinated by this woman, that she was a nurse during the Civil War, but then she created these 2 organizations with her same knowledge, but she had such an impact, only putting her skills in more creative ways to help others. There tells you, man, we can all do that, you know. And then you tell me where I got it. I just got it watching and learning. I went to Haiti because I watched Katrina, what happened, not in all Katrina, not in all New Orleans, not what happened to the poor people at the Low Nine, and we saw the images. But forget all New Orleans, only the Superdome. We left over a week. 20,000 Americans almost forgotten with no food and water.
Wow.
And an arena, my friend, is not a place where we go to see a great comedian perform, or where we go to see our basketball team win a ring, or where we go to see Taylor Swift. No, an arena, a stadium is a gigantic restaurant that entertains with comedians, musicians, and sports. It takes a second to fit everybody. That's why World Central Kitchen we use in many occasions in a lot of places. You try and find
central places.
A lot of big stadiums.
Okay.
In earthquakes, obviously, you need baseball because nobody wants to sleep in any place you have a roof.
Yeah.
So we will use in earthquakes baseball stadiums because it's no-brainer. It's the best.
It's been designed for a lot of people to come in, a lot of people to go out. There's a lot of spaces
and
for
to
you
provide
to feed
a lot
people.
of services that is beyond food and water, and we've done that. And then life, you keep learning, you keep going through the punches, and every situation is a moment that you leave every mission with more experience than before. Obviously, for me, in Jamaica on the second day, because we began moving, it's a lot of moving pieces, and we had a big Chinook, this huge helicopter.
Yeah.
Almost you have 6-7 people running the helicopter, and we had like 3,000-4,000 meals, and they were picking me up somewhere around the south of Jamaica. They picked me up in the middle of the mountain near Bluefields, and then from there they were supposed to be taking me to another town. Actually, was Montego Bay, but for some reason they sent the wrong coordinates, and we were landing in this. Looked like a football stadium, a football field in the open, surrounded by palm trees. Already was getting dark. We had to drop the food because we had to go back to base. And all of a sudden, I don't see any of the cars of World Central Kitchen. They were supposed to be a meeting point. So people will help me download the 4,000 or 5,000 meals and then distribute them. And we land there, is nobody there. And people began coming around this helicopter. And the situation got a little bit tense. It's first arrival to the grill. And I don't know, man. I began like, hey guys, why? I need you all to organize. We're gonna do the food, but please don't come close to the helicopter. This is screaming into the air. And the only way I got everybody kind of work as one is we began singing One Love.
No ways.
One and everybody kind of calmed down.
Let's get
then
together.
We got like 30-40 of the strong man.
Right.
They help us download the
No
helicopter.
Ways.
I didn't have to play. We already made contact through a hotel, but the helicopter didn't want to leave me there. But I couldn't leave all the food there without organizing the delivery of the food without creating chaos. The helicopter left. I stayed there. And the people, even in a tense situation, some of them hungry. And anyway, when it's 8 coming, can be dramatic at times. But people were amazing. Some police arrived. Everybody was calm. We keep singing a couple more of times. We deliver all the meals without almost any chaos. You see, in these situations, you kind of try to learn from previous moments. I was in Haiti. I saw one time somebody with very good will that began giving food without thinking that people will start running, and sometimes you have children, and then things happen.
Yeah. Now there's a stampede.
And you don't know those things until you're not in the middle of them. Happened in Bahamas, where people were trying to leave Abaco, and even with the military there, sometimes the situation is tense when people live in 3, 4, 5 days without knowing food and what is happening, and they want to leave. And in those moments, you realize that if you come with food every day, if you come with water every day, people know they can trust you. Everybody becomes calm. Everybody becomes part of the solution. Because when you are desperate, if I was desperate to feed my children, I will do whatever it takes to feed my children.
Because you don't know if there'll be another opportunity to get that food.
But that's why it's so important to be fast, to be quick, to be there next to the people, because then they know you are with them, and then everything becomes so much easier. Everybody's helping each other. Everybody is looking after each other. Nobody's pushing anybody anymore. This is the dignity we need to be giving to the people. And that's why, for me, it's always so important that we arrive quick, that we arrive first, and that from the first second, we show that is somebody there looking after them, and that we will not leave until things go back to normal, days, weeks, or months from now. And this is what World Central Kitchen tries to do, and that's why for us it's so important to be first. Not because we want to claim we're first. No, because if we are early, we understand better than anybody what happens, and then every decision we make is a